Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us today. I am Ladina Bolton, your Super District 7 Commissioner, as well as the Chair for this ERPS Committee, Employee Relations and Public Safety. Also on the committee is Commissioner Shakira Johnson of District 4, who is joining us. Commissioner Davis Johnson is also a committee member out of District 5 and may be joining us momentarily. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into our agenda. Item 1776 are our minutes from the December 2nd meeting. Have you had an opportunity to read the minutes?
Yes, ma'am. I move to approve item 1776.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Oh, Commissioner.
Yeah, I was about to second, but you good.
Okay, thank you so much. And excuse me for saying that. Commissioner Davis Johnson is with us. She is joining virtually, and she just gave us a hello. Thank you so much for being here with us. All right, moving forward, the next item on the agenda is 1663. This is under the Medical Examiner's Office, and this is a request of opioid settlement funds for various medical examiner operations. And I see you coming up to join us.
Thanks again for having me back.
Wonderful. Is your microphone on?
There we go.
All righty. So you want to share with us a little bit about what the request is?
Yes, so we have discussed it a couple of times at one of our commissioners' meetings, and then I came to a FAB meeting and submitted a proposal. Initially, we had asked for 4 separate line items, if you will. One was for our public-facing database that we are putting together, our dashboard, where we will keep statistical data, primarily overdose data, but other types of statistical data as well for the public to be able to view in real time. One was for a social worker position. One was for the compensation package for our fellow who starts July 1 out of Morehouse School of Medicine. And then the fourth was for toxicology testing. Since we've had that meeting with the FAB meeting, we were able to secure funding for our public-facing database through our previous funder. It's through the CDC Foundation, so sometimes that money is up in the air, but we were able to secure it again, so we don't need that through opioid settlement funds. And then the social worker position, we really want that position. We want to be able to fund it, but right now we are strapped for space in my office, and so we don't have office space in order to hire more staff beyond what we have now and with our fellows starting in July. And so we are already converting other rooms to accommodate it because our ACGME accreditation requires office space for the fellows. So we would basically put the social worker position on hold for a little while until we can work out space issues either through renovating a couple of offices and cutting them in half, or potentially, if I were to, be so bold, I'd get a new building. But we can talk about that at a different time. And so what we are asking for currently is the fellows compensation package. That's $150,000, and that covers all of the compensation benefits and as well as salary. That is something that will have to be paid year over year, so we will have to seek funding from various sources year over year. We're slated for 2 positions, so starting in July 1 of 2027, we plan to have 2 fellows a year, so it would actually end up being $300,000. We also can plan for that and budget for that as the years go on. But right now, opioid settlement money seemed like a really great use for that compensation package because of the huge shortage of medical examiners and the caseload associated with the opioid epidemic. So it seemed like a perfect match. And then obviously toxicology testing, we spend somewhere between $75,000 and $85,000 a year on toxicology for our cases, and that's obvious. It's a perfect use of the money to be able to continue that.
Wonderful. And I do recall us having those previous conversations. I was hoping we would be able to support all of these, but we understand just the space, having the space capacity is a hurdle for you guys. I did want to ask, when you open up, I think you said beginning of the year for a second fellow, are you requesting to get both of those from Morehouse, or are you opening it up to other institutions?
We can only get fellows through Morehouse
Only
because
through
that is
Morehouse.
who our accreditation is through. So, for example, the GBI Medical Examiner's Office at the state office, they work with the medical school out of Augusta. Emory is partnered with the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office, and you're not allowed to take on more than one college at a time. I actually was asking because the University of Georgia is about to get a medical school up and running, and I would love it if they had a forensic pathology fellowship, but we would not be able to pursue them now that we have Morehouse. And obviously, we're thrilled to have Morehouse, so we're happy with what we've got.
Understood. Thank you for that. Committee members, do you have any questions or comments? Commissioner Johnson?
Yes, thank you. Just a quick question, and you may have said this. How long is the fellowship partnership with Morehouse then?
It goes on indefinitely. We obviously
Indefinitely.
will renew and make tweaks to it as we see fit, as either the college needs or we see. But, there are certain standards and metrics we have to meet, but as long as all of those are met, it will go on in perpetuity.
Very good. And then, so the total impact cost for this agenda item is the $235,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I yield.
Commissioner Davis Johnson, did you have any questions or comments?
No, I have none.
Okay, wonderful. With no further questions or comments, may I have a motion for this item?
I move to approve item 1663.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion
Aye.
carries for recommendation.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Moving on to page 2, the next item is 2025-1664. All commission districts. This is a change order number 3 to contract number 132-7382, records management system maintenance and software support services. This is a multi-year contract, sole source purchase for use by Fire Rescue. This contract consists of professional services, hosting, software, and technical support for an all-inclusive records management solution for emergency medical services and a national fire incident reporting system. This request seeks to increase the contract funds to add the Health Information Hub app module for the life of the contract, awarded to Image Trend LLC, amount not to exceed $41,980. How you doing, Chief?
Yes, I'm doing well. Good afternoon, Commissioners. It's as you stated, this is to add the funding for the Health Information Hub. That module will allow us access to patient outcome data from the hospitals, and so we can then monitor that for quality assurance. So we're adding that to our image trend contract that we already have and use for a lot of our records management.
Thank you for that, sir. Are there any questions or comments from committee members?
I have none.
Okay. Seeing none, may I have a motion for this item?
Move to approve item 1664.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Wonderful. I think that was the easiest item that we have had this year. Thank you, sir. Moving on to Human Resources and Merit System. This is item 2025-1676. All commission districts, change order number 8 to contract numbers 121-3056 and 121-3057 for temporary personnel services. This is a 4-year multi-contract for use by all DeKalb County departments through the Department of Human Resources and Merit System. These contracts consist of the provision of temporary staffing. This request seeks to increase the contract term from March 31st, 2025, awarded to Corporate Temps, Inc., Howroyd Wright Employment Agency, Inc., DBA Apple One Employment Services. This is a contract term increase only. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Hope you all are doing well. Commissioner Bolton, as you stated, the purpose of this contract is for our temporary services. We use this contract we use temporary services countywide to help our departments with their business needs, if they need seasonal help, or if they have employees that are out on leave. And as you stated, this is just an extension from March to March of 2026. The contract expires in December of 2025. We're just asking for an extension on time until the new contract is completed.
Okay.
We're not asking for any additional funding, just time.
Alrighty, so this should read March 31st, 2026.
Correct.
Okay, it's 25 in our booklet. Okay, I thought it was a ratification. Okay, it's just a contract term increase. Any questions from committee members?
Just wanted to make sure I understood. So we did approve a new contract recently, but this extends, we did not?
Not yet.
It's been
It's still
item
in
on the
process.
agenda.
Still in process.
So we want to
Gotcha.
continue services, so we need to extend with our current vendors while we're working out the other contract.
Understood, thank you.
Commissioner Davis Johnson, did you have anything?
No, I don't have any questions.
All right, with no questions or comments remaining for this item, do we have a motion?
Move to approve item 1676.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Wonderful. Recommendation for approval carries. And the next item is also Human Resources and Merit System. I think this is the contract that you were referring to, all commission districts. This is a request for proposals number 2024-100007 for temporary personnel services. This is the 4-year multi-year contract for use by all DeKalb County departments through the Department of Human Resources and Merit System. Consists of the provision of part-time and full-time temporary personnel positions for DeKalb County on an as-needed basis. Recommend award to the highest scoring proposers who are responsive and responsible. Trifecta Inc., Open Work LLC, and 22nd Century Technologies Inc. Total amount not to exceed $30 million.
Okay. I'm going to defer to purchasing. This is still in review.
Okay. So it has not come out of audit as of yet. Do we anticipate when we think that will be?
I don't have a hard date for you. I have been in conversation with audit, so it's actually 2 things happening right now on both sides. So we're both working on our parts of it, and they're interconnected, so they can't really finish their part without us finishing our part. And you guys gave a revised recommendation already for the number? Okay. So you will get a substitute, but we don't have that ready for you yet. We're still working on what that looks like.
Okay. Do you recommend a 30-day deferral to give you time, or?
We won't need a 30-day, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think 2 weeks. All right. Are there any other questions or comments on this item?
No.
Okay, none here. Commissioner Davis Johnson, did you have
No.
anything? Okay. With that, do we have a motion for this item?
Yes, I move to defer item 1513 for 2 weeks with the prior stop back in ERPS.
Do we have a second? Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Wonderful. That motion carries for recommendation to defer. All righty. Thank you so much, ma'am. We are moving along very quickly. The next set of items, actually, you know what? There has been a request to hold the Super District 6 items 0390 and 1107. These are Commissioner Terry's items. He is not present to speak to these. In addition to the District 1 items, which is 1233, this is the development of a diversion policy regarding unhoused individuals, and 0683, which is to approve a resolution to address egregious littering. And that is all of our agenda items, but we do have 2 presentations. So at this time, I think I would like to start with the county pension discussion. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
No.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And if we could, maybe at the conclusion of the presentations, there's a couple of items that we'd like to walk on for a vote tomorrow. One is a receipt of a grant, I believe it's the HEAT grant, for about $140,000, that if we don't have approved, then we will lose that opportunity. And the other is a lease extension. So I would like the opportunity to present those at the end of the meeting, if that's okay.
Okay, I'm writing them down, but you may have to remind me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Yes, ma'am.
So I guess the question is walking on an item at committee versus,
Right, the official walk-on would be tomorrow. I just wanted to introduce it to you.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
And I have a question.
Go ahead, Commissioner Davis Johnson.
Zach,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
the HEAT grant, that is time sensitive?
Yes, ma'am. It is a grant. I believe its effective dates actually go back October 1st, 2025 through September 2026. But it's my understanding that if we don't receive the grant by the end of this year, then we will not be able to receive the grant. It's a $120,000 grant.
Okay. And when did we get this grant?
It was in Legistar.
Apparently, it was, we've had it for some period of time. Yes. Right, yeah. Right, so, thank you. So, Commissioner Davis Johnson, I'm not sure, but I just received this 20 minutes ago. So, and I can get you any other information, but this was just provided to me literally right before this meeting started.
Okay, then I will ask the additional questions when the chair brings it back. But on the lease agreement, is that time sensitive or urgent?
Yes, my understanding is the same.
Okay. Okay, no further questions.
Thank you, Commissioner. Mr. Wall, you ready? Mr. Wall?
Yes, ma'am.
I know we didn't get to you the last time, so we're going to get you first this time.
That's all right, Commissioner. As long as you call me, I don't care how many times you do it.
Thank you, sir.
So, do you all have the copy of the presentation with you? I think Marcus is going to print it out just in case, and it's up on the screen, if y'all can
Okay.
see it on the screen. You want me to wait till the copies or get on with it?
You can go ahead. We have it on our screens as well.
Yes, ma'am. So this first page just shows you the total in the DeKalb County pension plan. Look at the first column at October 31. It was $1,951,000,000. That's the highest it's ever been in the 30 years y'all had me on the pension board. I'm real excited about that. I hope it holds to December 31st. Because, you know, our fiscal year is December 31, so we take snapshots of it every December 31, and that goes into calculating what your required minimum contribution would be. And so that is a great number, $1,951,000,000. And you can see I have listed there all the various managers who manage the money. You see how it's split between large cap stocks, small cap stocks, domestic fixed income, which is bonds, and then we have international. And I just can't tell you how pleased I am with the results. Next page. I have to do it. Well, it hit the green button right there. So I must have hit it too fast. That page is, okay, great, that's it. And so, boy, that's a little bitty numbers. Ain't no way to blow it up, is it? So y'all got copies now, so I don't have to figure out how to blow it up. If I could just get you to focus all the way over to the column that says year-to-date, that would be the numbers so far this year. Then at the very bottom, it says the total fund is 14.73%. So we have earned 14.73% year-to-date. The actuary has, as long as we earn 6.75%, we've met the numbers that went into the calculation of what your required minimum contribution is. The amount of money that we earn above that 6.75 helps go toward funding the unfunded balance. And so 14.73%, if it holds through December, maybe we'll earn about 15% for the 12 months ended December 31, 25. Those are phenomenally good results. Next page. This is the actuary's report. You can see in 25 on the far right, the recommended county contribution was $81,649,000, 23% of payroll. In 26, it's up a little bit, $83,210,000. We were amortizing the COLA that we had given. That was the reason for the increase. But because payroll is higher, it's now going to be 21.69% of payroll. Then you'd add to that the contribution from the employees. If you remember, we got 3 plans, Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. The county employees' contribution for Group 1 is about 10%. For Group 2, it's about 8%. And for Group 3, it's about 6%. And so your contribution as percentage payroll will go down. If you'll look on down the page, you say under funded ratios, the funded ratio on market value, 64.6%. With the $1,951,000,000, you'll be funded at about 70%. Give you some basis of that frame of reference. After the 08 recession, the 08 crash, we were at 44%. So we've done a really good job. And one other thing to remember, the payments that you make to all the retirees each year, the pension fund has to earn about 5% to go with 100% of your contributions to pay all of the benefits, because this pension plan was created in 1945 and it's called a mature plan. So we only add to the unfunded status by the amount which we earn over 5% each year. But at 15% a year, we're really doing great. And so you can see circled down at the bottom at $1,951,000,000. The accrued present value of the liability for the next 30 years is $2.77 billion, so we're 70.4% funded. Next page. One of the things you all ask us at the pension board to give you is how much would a 2% cost of living increase for the retirees cost? And if you'll see just the first line there in the blue, the 2% cost of living for 5,593 pensioners would increase your contribution by $2,993,000. Another way to look at that, every 1% COLA is about $1.5 million. Next page.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wall, that
Yes, ma'am.
$2 million amount, where is that on here?
So if you'll see the first blue line, it says the study results was $86,204,000. The valuation results $83,210,000. The difference between those two numbers is $2,993,892. So that's the cost of implementing a 2% COLA.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And that would be in 26, starting January 1 of 26. So it'd be less than that if you implemented it for part of a year. But a whole year is about $1.5 million per 1% COLA for retirees. Next page, you ask us to give you what the cost would be to move the Group 3 participants to the Group 2 participants. Remember, the Group 3 was the 1% multiplier, plus you put 3% into a 401k type transaction fund for them, but they didn't get to match that 3%. They could with a 457 plan that you have, but they couldn't for this particular retirement plan. So it was a 1% COLA. To give you the frame of reference, Group 1 was anybody hired 05 or earlier. Their multiplier is 2.75%. So you take your number of years times your salary times 2.75%, and that's your retirement check. Group 2 was a multiplier of 2.25%, and then Group 1 was that 1% multiplier. So if we move all of the people who are Group 3 participants, and by the way, that's 4,024 employees. You can see that third little arrow bullet at the top. And so I think we have 6,800 full-time employees. So you see by far the majority are now Group 1 participants. So it's 4,024 participants. We moved all of them from Group 3 to Group 2. You can see that first blue line, Madam Chair. The study results is $102 million. The contribution now with not doing anything is $83,210,000. The difference between those two numbers is $18,916,000.
Can you repeat that?
You bet. So to move all of the Group 3 participants that had the 1% multiplier to Group 2 for a 2.25% multiplier is 4,024 active employees who are vested in the plan, and it would cost us $18,916,000 annually to do that.
All right, thank you, sir.
And the next page. One other thing that my board asked to bring to y'all, I wrote you all a letter about it. You all had 2 employees that recently in 2025 died in the line of duty, a police officer and a fireman. And some plans give a benefit that if a public safety official dies in the line of duty, no matter where they were in terms of service, you would give that family the benefit as if they had worked the entire 30 years and gotten the maximum benefit in whichever one of those plans they were in. And so if you enacted this and any future public safety employee died in a line of duty, his family would get the beneficiary payments as if that employee had worked the entire length, say 30 years, and gotten the max that they could have gotten under that retirement plan, depending if they were Group 3, Group 2, or Group 1. And the cost of that for you, if you look at that first blue line, is $64,093. And so it wasn't a big cost, but it is a big benefit if an employee were to die in the line of duty to take care of his or her family. And the way you do a change in benefits, you have the county attorney's office do what's called a home rule amendment, and it's advertised. You all have to read it twice and then pass it.
And is there any way to make this retroactive?
That'd be a legal question above my pay grade.
I don't know about being above Mr. Wall's pay grade, but what I will offer to you is we'll gladly take a look at that if you want. We would need a little more specificity, Madam Commissioner, if you would just tell us how far back so that we could look at a precise legal question for you.
Okay.
If you're saying retroactive to last month, retroactive to 25 years ago, it matters.
If I could say January 1 of 25, it would cover those 2 that passed away in 25.
Yeah, at least up until, as Mr. Wall said, January 1 of 25.
Okay, we'll take a look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I practice a lot of law, but I ain't a lawyer. And the last page, Commissioner, is just for you, the particulars about the Group 2 plan and the Group 3 plan, just so you would know what we would be changing from and what we would be changing to. And some numbers for you, if y'all would write this down on your sheet of paper. So that Group 2 pension benefit, there's 1,326 employees in that plan. For that Group 3, we've already talked about it, it's 4,024 employees. And what's not on the sheet of paper is Group 1, and that was folks hired before September 5th, 2005. There's 860 employees in the Group 1 plan. And the total employees who are vested in one of your 3 pension plans is 6,210.
And can you repeat that Group 2 for me? That was 1,000 what now?
1,326.
Okay.
Group 3 is 4,024, and Group 1 is 860.
Okay. On slide 5, where we talk about moving our Group 3 participants to Group 2, had you guys had an opportunity to see what the numbers would look like if we could phase our employees in? For example, if you have 20-plus years of service, maybe within the next year we can transition them, and then 15 years and so on and so forth, because 18 million is a heavy lift, but we do want to start moving the needle. Were you able just to at least see how many people would fall into different brackets with respect to time served?
I didn't, but I will get it done, get it to you next week.
Okay, that would be wonderful. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Are there any other questions from committee members?
No questions, but I will just concur with what you just asked about seeing if we can phase the move to make it a little more economical for us, and also co-signing the looking retroactively back to January 1st, 2025. So I would like to see what that looks like as well. And thank you for this information.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome, Commissioner. And Commissioner, today's the day the budget's due to y'all. It could be that, you can talk to Zach, but they might have had $19 million just hanging around.
I hope so.
May I, Mr. Wall?
Yes, sir.
Commissioners, I'm trying to follow closely, but it seems that there was more than one question posed, if I'm following you. And I just want to be very careful about making sure we're capturing your questions so that we can answer them. So I'll just coordinate with Mr. Wall. I think you followed, and we'll make sure that we coordinate and try to get you some answers.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for that. And before I reiterate at least 2 of those things, Commissioner Davis Johnson, did you have anything? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to say that I will be recusing myself from this item since my husband receives a pension.
Thank you, and understood. And again, and I'll need support from staff. I'm not really sure what the next steps would be on this, and I know you offered some more information, but it seems that we have consensus among the board that we are very interested in the line of duty death benefit. That's something we would like to move forward on, but we also asked the question about whether that could be retroactive as of January 1, 2025, and whatever the next steps would be once we get those numbers. Since this is not a heavy lift at all, I'm sure this is something we would definitely be able to accommodate sooner rather than later. And then also the request was to see what our options are with respect to phasing in the transition from Group 3 to Group 2 so that we can make it digestible with respect to what our budget will be moving forward. And I know you have to get us some information on that, but if it's within the scope of what we have the capacity to do, we will need support just moving on with next steps to make it possible for us to begin voting on these items.
So, Madam Chair, you could, if you wanted to, I don't know, is a consensus, or you take a motion in a second, instruct staff to bring you a home rule amendment for your consideration for the line of duty death benefit, and then I owe you information at a subsequent meeting in January on the other stuff, to give you information.
Go ahead, Commissioner Johnson.
I just wanted to confirm that, is requesting it enough, or do we need to make the motion to request it for the home rule amendment?
County Attorney? The question is the consensus amongst the board enough, or do we actually have to make a motion to request the home rule amendment for the line of duty death benefit?
Well, at this point, I think we need to take a look at it and see what we would prepare for you. And then obviously, we would address the proper procedure for moving that forward.
Understood. Thank you.
And then Commissioner Johnson, if you had any feedback on your position regarding the 2% cost of living adjustment, that was nearly about $3 million for our retirees.
And just to refresh, it would 2% for all groups, was that correct?
Say it again to me.
2% COLA would have been for all
Retirees.
in every group.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think that would be fine with me. I give consensus on that.
So you got a budget coming to you today, and it's not in the budget. And so part of your thing would be to coordinate with the administration to ask them if they could include it, and where would the $3 million come from? So maybe it's a collaborative thing, and you all don't have to take action on it today.
Understood.
But if you like it, you would start working with administration to see if it's possible.
Okay, and again, to reiterate, this 2% cost of living adjustment, we would like this to be added to the budget for discussion at the FAB committee. Of course, we have a couple of the other things that if we can have included, we want to definitely include those for discussion as well, and then allow that committee to help us determine what we will move forward with. Thank you. All right, you moving us along. Thank you, sir. I feel
Thank
good.
you.
First
Happy
year as
holidays
ERPS
to y'all.
committee
Thank you
chair.
so much.
Holidays, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr.
Happy
Chair.
holidays. That was very productive. Wonderful job, everybody.
We're moving right along today.
I know, we're almost done. All right, so following, we do have another discussion, our DEMA operations overview, and we've been excited to hear from DEMA this year. I know we've had a change in leadership, so this is a great time to hear from our new leadership.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and it's my honor, privilege, and pleasure to introduce Dr. C.J. Avery. She has definitely hit the ground running. I believe within her first week or so, we were opening cold weather shelters and such. So, I look forward to all of us hearing her presentation in terms of the work that has been done and where we're headed in the future. I believe we've placed the wrong slideshow up on the monitor, but if we can get that switched out, Dr. Avery will be ready to present.
Thank you for joining us, Dr. Avery. It is
Thank you.
certainly a pleasure.
Thank you.
And it'll just take them up. There it is. All right, whenever you're ready. And you do have the clicker as well.
Yes, thank you. So I am here to speak with you all about enhancing emergency management in DeKalb County. What do we do for the county itself? So DEMA is essential in enhancing community safety by managing all phases of emergency management, ensuring incorporated efforts to tackle any potential hazards from preparation to recovery. We also play a crucial role in safeguarding DeKalb County residents and infrastructure. And as you can see there, we have the 4 phases of emergency management, that being mitigation, preparedness, response, and finally recovery. Our core functions. We activate and manage the Emergency Operations Center when incidents require coordination beyond day-to-day operations. The EOC provides a centralized structure for information sharing and decision support across county departments, municipalities, and partners. DEMA coordinates preparedness and response for severe weather and disaster events by monitoring threats, aligning agencies, and maintaining situational awareness throughout the incident. The agency also coordinates county-wide emergency notifications to ensure residents receive clear, timely, and consistent life safety information. We also support critical infrastructure, protection, and continuity planning to help essential county services remain operational during disruptions and recovery efficiently. During cold weather, hot weather, and other emergencies, We also coordinate with warming centers, sheltering, and logistics and partnerships with human services, public safety agencies, and community organizations. And finally, we lead training, exercises, and partner coordination to strengthen readiness, clarify roles, and improve response effectiveness before emergencies occur. Why does DEMA matter to the Board of Commissioners? The agency, DEMA, plays a crucial role in ensuring a cohesive response to emergencies by synchronizing various agencies and organizations. This coordination prevents fragmented responses and ensures that resources can be mobilized quickly and effectively during critical situations. How does it work across DeKalb? Emergency management in DeKalb operates within a unified framework governed by the Georgia Emergency Management Doctrine and the National Incident Management System, referred to as NIMS. While municipalities maintain their operational control, DEMA plays a critical role in coordinating resources, providing situational awareness, and ensuring effective support during emergencies, facilitated by platforms like WebEOC and regular joint briefings. Our operational model overview: real-time city impacts feed through WebEOC. So we use WebEOC to receive real-time situational updates from cities and county departments. This shared platform allows impacts, resource needs, and operational status to be visible across the system, supporting informed decision-making and coordinated response. Local operations supported effectively. Information collected through WebEOC and direct coordination enables DEMA to support local operations by identifying gaps, aligning resources, and manage field-level response. State and federal assistance integration. DEMA serves as the documented requests, the requests are documented and are aligned, and external resources are incorporated smoothly into our county operations. Collaboration in practice. So when we look at who we collaborate with, we have that shared information flow through WebEOC. We provide joint training exercises, and we also attend joint training exercises, resource sharing agreements, real-time impact assessments, and integrated communication systems. With these coordination investments, they reduce our operational risks, shorten incident duration, and protect public resources. Where the board can strategically strengthen DEMA. The effectiveness of emergency management in DeKalb County is strengthened through strategic support that reinforces countywide preparedness and response capabilities, continued investment in staffing, technology, fostering interagency collaboration, and logistics. This all enables DEMA to coordinate effectively during emergencies and support a resilient community. With that being said, we do have some key constraints. Limited staffing capacity. Emergency management responsibilities continue to expand while staffing levels limit the ability to sustain long duration incidents, increased coordination demands, and proactive planning efforts. Aging system and tools. Several core systems and tools require modernization to keep pace with operational demands, data integration needs, and evolving expectations for real-time coordination and reporting. Grant-dependent funding structures. Reliance on grant funding creates a variability in long-term planning and sustainability, particularly for capabilities that require ongoing support rather than one-time investments. Our strategic priorities. Strengthen coordination and communications. The focus is on improving how information moves across departments, jurisdictions, and partners, so decisions are timely, aligned, and based on the shared operating picture. Modernize systems and data capabilities. Updating our core systems and data tools supports faster situational awareness, more reliable reporting, and better integration from across agencies, particularly during complex or prolonged incidents. Formalize intergovernmental alignment. Clear structures and agreements with municipalities, regional partners, and external agencies help reduce confusion during incidents and improve coordination before state or federal assistance is needed, and to enhance preparedness for vulnerable populations. Planning and coordination efforts prioritize populations most at risk during emergencies, helping reduce life safety impacts and limit downstream response and recovery costs. Where your support matters. Policy and governance alignment. Clear alignment at the policy and governance level supports consistent coordination across departments and jurisdictions, particularly during complex or long-duration incidents. Sustainable funding approaches. Long-term funding stability helps maintain core emergency management capabilities and supports planning horizons that extend beyond individual grant cycles. Support for modernization initiatives. Continued support for modernization allows systems and processes to evolve with operational demands, strengthening situational awareness and coordination efficiency, and reinforcement of coordination expectations. Consistent expectations around coordination and information sharing support effective collaboration across agencies and partners during emergencies. And what success looks like. Clear coordination structures and shared information enables faster decision-making and more effective deployment of resources, while consistent public messaging improves understanding, compliance with protective actions, and reduces confusion. Effective coordination also minimizes duplication of efforts across departments and partners, maximizing the use of available resources. Together, early coordination and clear documentation support stronger recovery outcomes, including faster access to assistance and more effective long-term building. Emergency management is a county-wide investment. DEMA works hard to strengthen the effectiveness of every department. At its core, emergency management is about enabling every department to operate effectively and in coordination when it matters most. And I deliver that to you with appreciation for myself and my DEMA team and our county partners.
All right, thank you so much, and we appreciate you coming and sharing, because you've been here, has it been 2 months, maybe?
Just over 2 months.
Just over 2 months.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
thank you for coming and speaking with us today. I do have a couple of questions, but I will yield to my committee members first in the event that you have any. Commissioner Johnson?
I do have a couple questions. Thank you again. Good to see you. You mentioned Web EOC. What does that stand for again?
Web EOC is an emergency, it's a internet-based or web-based program. So EOC is Emergency Operations Center. Web is where it's at, and we, across all cities, can communicate with each other in Web EOC as long as it's in the same emergency. So, for example, we'll use warming centers. Every day we are putting in a new report, and we're able to communicate with our partners that are also opening warming centers. So if they need resources or if we need resources, we can put that in there, and if someone has it available, they can send it to us and vice versa.
So just To make sure I truly understand, let's say there is an emergency that may only affect 2 or 3 jurisdictions. So if you're not within that jurisdiction, would you have access to that
Yes.
information okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You also mentioned the staffing limitations. Is it limited based on budget, based on space, or both?
Both. So my just over 2 months here, I have recognized that we have outgrown our area. Myself and my team have plans to visit other EOCs to see how their thumbprint looks in their building. Also, I know that the county has done a position analysis. All of my staff members are emergency specialists, and there's really nowhere to go from that. Before I knew about the analysis, I actually proposed to change their names from specialists to EM1, EM2, EM3. And then when we come around to evaluations, that allows me to justify a bump if they were to receive 2 or 3% bump in pay, or moving to the next, right? It gives them a place to go.
Some goals. Understood.
Before you ask your next question, Zach, do you know if the pay in class study considers some of what, please forgive me, Dr. Avery is speaking to?
Yes, it's going to. Yeah, and there'll be individual interviews with, have you met with them yet?
I have not had an
Yes,
individual.
yeah, so there'll be individual interviews with directors and staff to ensure that we get all the information.
Very good. No, that was a good add-on to that question. I think we're all looking forward to this staff report to see how we can make necessary changes. And I know you've only been here a few months, and so I know you're evaluating and getting up to speed. But on some of these items you mentioned, I assume we can expect to see proposals on maybe new software, new systems, stuff like that as we move into 2026.
Yes, ma'am. So my team and I, when we have our staff meetings, I have, in these past couple of months, we're in a season. Come January 1st, we start hitting our goals, and our strategic plan will come out, and we'll start looking at what is a priority, and then begin proposals for those priorities, some of them being updated technology that we really need.
Awesome. Thank you. I yield.
Commissioner Davis Johnson, do you have any questions for Dr. Avery?
Yeah, I think that pretty much, as always, Commissioner Johnson, or you, answer my questions before I can get to, ask my questions before I can get to it. But I want to thank you for such a thorough presentation, and also want to know what impact, if any, the staffing limitations are currently having from DeKalb.
From a DeKalb standpoint, there are no limitations because we are all hands on deck. I have recently just completed 2 interviews to hire 2 new staff members. And our letters of intent have gone out to those individuals that we would like to hire. So from a DeKalb standpoint, there are no limitations because we are all hands on deck. But in the future, I can see it as a retention issue, only because when you look at emergency specialists, that's it. There isn't anywhere to go from there. So I would like, and as my proposal stated, I would like to give that opportunity for growth, which will also make it easier for me to justify conventions and trainings at a higher level than what we do externally with other departments.
Okay, I have nothing further.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis Johnson. And I do just want to piggyback off of your question just a little bit. One of the things I know I've had extensive conversations with Chief Fulham and Chief Padre. Let us say a formal congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Is our Chief of Police in here?
Yeah, he's back.
Go on and stand up and wave at the people. Congratulations. He went from interim to chief. And we are so proud of you. But we've had considerable conversations about how they are really adamant about making sure they prepare for the growth that we will see in DeKalb County and increased population growth, so they start to build positions or spaces to make sure we have the capacity. Is that something you're considering, the growth and making sure in DEMA we have the capacity, the personnel support to support the growing population?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And just knowing that we've outgrown our space is step one. We need to be in a space where we can collaborate with all agencies. As you know, we have FIFA coming up, and DEMA is very much involved in that. So we want to make sure that going forward, we do have the space and the technology to be more prepared. We are very prepared, but to be more prepared for any emergencies that come our way. So in the future, beginning January 1st, we start looking at these priorities and begin our proposals.
Okay, wonderful. And with your communication, because we have such a diverse community, are you guys a part of the team that translates the information for those who have a language barrier to be prepared for the emergency as well?
So we have a lot of documentation in other languages that we hand out. More recently, about a month ago, I attended the DeKalb County Board of Education Safety Day, where I brought information to respond to different emergencies in different languages to hand out to different families. We're also preparing to visit schools, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, preferably to speak to those students who can bring that information home. And once my staff is full, so once I bring on our 2 new individuals, we are going to begin going out to the communities and handing out the information in other languages for their particular community. So we're looking forward to that as well. So it'll be recreational centers, schools, also our senior living centers as well.
Great. I'm glad you did include our seniors. Sometimes we figure they're seasoned enough to know what to do, but we do have to consider them in our decisions forward. So thank you for that. Also, with the web EOC, are you able to see information from adjacent counties? Okay, in
Yes,
the event
ma'am.
maybe it's an active shooter or something that's migrating across boundaries?
Yes, ma'am. So we will get that information and we will open our own log and begin logging. In case that person or persons were to come into our county, we now have it open and we can bring the information from the other counties or jurisdictions into our forms. That way we have the correct information to pass along as well.
And is it limited to where you can only see Metro Atlanta, or is this a statewide?
Statewide.
Okay, statewide database. And I think I had 1 or 2 others.
Commissioner Bolton, this is Commissioner Spears. Whenever you have a moment, if you would allow, I do have a couple questions myself.
Yes, ma'am. And
Thank you.
Excuse me, I did not realize you were on. Let me formally announce our presiding officer is also with us virtually, Commissioner Michelle Long Spears. Actually, you go ahead, because I did not realize you were on. Go ahead and ask your questions.
Thank you so much, and no worries at all. So Director Avery, thanks so much for this presentation. It was incredibly comprehensive and thorough, and you can certainly tell that you put a lot of time into it. My first question relates to how you engage with Frontline, who manages our warming centers. Obviously, we're in the midst of a cold snap right now, and from what I'm hearing from the folks in the community is that it's going pretty well. But could you talk to me a little bit further about whenever you deem an emergency that triggers opening up a warming center, and then how you coordinate with Frontline on that issue, I guess, for each. I think right now we have four. Right now we have 4 warming centers open, including the shelter. But I believe normally we're trying to. Our goal is 5. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. So since coming to DeKalb County, our first activation was for the warming centers, at which time I did a thorough weather briefing for all those involved. Coming from Louisiana and being very knowledgeable in hurricanes and tornadoes, I am always in close contact with our weather service, so the National Weather Service. I receive my information from them, I put it in an email, and I send it out. Providing that our weather is 35 degrees, equal to or less than 35 degrees wind chill, we will activate those warming centers. If there is no wind chill, then it would be less than or equal to 32 degrees. And we will activate those warming centers. I then have a briefing via Teams with all of our members, at which time we give the timeline. I show them my Excel spreadsheet where I list all the temperatures from 6 p.m. to the next morning, because usually they activate at 6:30 until release, usually around 8 o'clock, depending on the temperature. We do have some delayed releases where the citizens can leave with Frontline to go to headquarters and receive further sheltering if the wind chills are still really low at 8 o'clock in the morning, because we do have business to open. On Sunday, however, we did have an early opening, which we notified the public about, because the wind chills were significantly low during the day on Sunday. So we have briefings 2 or 3 times a day during that period, because I do like to keep a 48 hour, I like to keep 48 hours ahead of the weather. So Frontline and all of our partners know 48 hours in advance whether or not we are going to activate those warming centers. For example, on yesterday at 4 p.m., we had a briefing where I notified them that because of the continued wind chills, we will be activating Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And then after that, it's going to start to warm up a little bit, and we will not have to activate most probably until around the 20th, but I haven't given a definite date yet. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it certainly did. Thank you for that. My second question, I feel that you threw the softball or tossed it to me regarding FIFA. Could you talk to us a little bit what you're doing to prepare for that international event?
So myself and my team attend meetings. As a matter of fact, we have one on tomorrow to attend, where we get together with almost 500 other persons from different agencies, and we have safety meetings. We also collaborate with UASI in Atlanta, where we sit at a round table and discuss FIFA as well. For myself and my team, we will be, for the days that they will be playing soccer in Atlanta, we will be all hands on deck to help if there are any issues, and also activate our EOC where we will be in case those issues come our way.
Great, thank you. My third question, part B, question 2, so I guess a third. Do you feel that your staff numbers are sufficient to manage FIFA when it comes next summer? Or are you going to need to bring in additional folks from perhaps other counties to assist or hire in other personnel?
No, ma'am. So I am currently hiring 2 individuals. So that will bring my staff, my emergency management specialist, up to 6. I have my deputy director and myself, all hands on deck. We are very capable to handle FIFA, and we will be more of an assistant to Atlanta. So we will be all hands on deck if they were to need us, but we are going to be in our EOC just in case it moves our way. We do have to remember that some of the teams are not going to be staying in Atlanta itself. They're going to be staying in the outlying municipalities. So we want to be prepared if there were to be a man-made emergency that we would have to activate for.
Wonderful. And then part C of that question, are you coordinating with MARTA? Because that's certainly, I think, something that we need to be very cognizant of as we lead into FIFA.
Did you say MARTA?
MARTA, yes.
Yes. So currently, we only collaborate with them through our community development and frontline for the weather briefings. We have not yet made contact with them for FIFA.
Okay, all right, very good. Well, thank you so much. If I have any additional questions, I will shoot you an email, and welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yield back.
Thank you, Madam P.O. And you did ask some of the questions I was interested in, including some of your FIFA questions, but I do want to go back to your 2 positions. Are those already funded, or will we see an a budget request, excuse me?
Those were already funded.
Okay.
Upon my arrival, that was actually my first question, and I was directed where it was, and it allows for 2 new specialists.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's always great news. And also, will there be any opportunities or any need, I should say, for commissioners to help support in your preparation for FIFA? For example, will we be invited to any meetings where you guys are preparing so that we can take information back to the community just to say DeKalb is ready or DeKalb is secure, or if there is any sort of marketing around that? Because we do get questions from the community and we really don't know a whole lot around the preparedness for that. But if there is something, we would love to receive it so we can start sharing that we are ready regardless of what they may or may not be hearing in the media.
Yes, ma'am. So after our meeting with FIFA on tomorrow, we will actually go into Atlanta to have that meeting. I will bring back some information for you and send it over so you can have it.
Awesome, wonderful. Did you want to add to that, Zach?
Yes, if I could, and thank you, Dr. Avery. In addition to the work that Dr. Avery and her team will be doing from the emergency management standpoint, the administration will also be coordinating and ensure that there's opportunities for the commission to understand what's going on, how we're moving, and the various planned activities in the county.
All right, wonderful. Any other final comments or questions from commissioners or committee members?
I have none.
Okay. All right, well, thank you.
I have a quick one, Dr. Bolton, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Are there plans to move you to a different space? I heard you loud and clear that your current space is insufficient and can't accommodate your growth.
Currently, there are no plans. However, beginning January 1st, that is on our priority list that I will be proposing.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yield back.
All righty, it seems that there are no more questions or comments. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Avery.
Thank you.
And I believe we have 2 items you want to share. See, I remember.
Yes,
wrote it down.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. So there's 2 items I would simply like to introduce to the board. The first is an option to renew contract 11-97126, lease agreement at 2156 Flintstone Drive in Tucker. And this is an annual lease for space utilized by police services. Contract is set to expire at the end of this year. And so this is something we would like to bring forward. It's a $90,420 item. Chief Pedrick, well, would you like more detail?
Sure. Come on up, Chief.
Yeah. And we will share that which can be shared as it relates to this.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
No.
So this contract is just a renewal. I believe it was originally a 10-year contract, and this is renewal for next year. This is a facility we use for special operations. It is funded and budgeted. It's actually funded through our seized funds, so there is no impact as far as budget concerns.
Is this shared with Tucker locally, or this is strictly DeKalb County?
Strictly DeKalb County.
Okay. Any other questions or comments from committee members? Commissioner Johnson?
I'm just curious, what is at this location?
Special operations.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Commissioner Davis Johnson, did you have any questions or comments?
No, I have none, thank you.
Commissioner Long Spears?
No, ma'am, no questions.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
And this will, you said, will be walked on tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. And one other item that I would like to bring your attention to, and that is a grant award for approximately $120,000, $120,400 and some odd dollars for the heat grant, and it's also time sensitive. The grant period began in October, but I'm told that if we don't receive the funds by the end of the year, we're at risk of losing them. Chief?
Thank you, sir. Yes, this is the HEAT grant. It's part of the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. It's our highway enforcement and traffic reduction. We are getting a grant for fiscal year 2026 for the Metro Atlanta Multi-Jurisdictional DUI Task Force. It is $120,779.36, and we have to accept it before December 31st, or we will lose this grant.
It looks like we've received this before, is that right?
Yes, ma'am, but it has not been processed, and I don't know what happened through the system, but we do not have the executed contracts in order to receive the grant.
Okay, wonderful. Any other questions or comments from committee members?
So the grant money will help us put on the heat enforcement activities?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We use it for our strategic traffic accident reduction through our DUI task force, and it's a multi-jurisdictional grant for the metro area when we partner with other agencies as well for traffic fatality and traffic impacts across the county.
Awesome. Commissioner Long Spears, did you have anything? Commissioner Davis Johnson?
No questions. Thank you for checking.
Was that a yes, Commissioner Davis Johnson?
Oh, no, I don't have anything.
Okay. All right. So there are no other questions or comments. Thank you for sharing these with us. We look forward to having them tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. I believe that is it, unless there are any other questions or anything else committee members would like to address at this time.
No, ma'am.
I just have a question on, do we need to accept the grant in committee today?
I don't think.
Right. So technically, the grant, I mean, we wanted to introduce it, but procedurally, I think it goes through the CAL, then to committee. So if you're simply willing to accept it tomorrow, I think we're in a good position.
Okay.
So technically, we need to accept and vote on it tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. That's it for me, Madam Chair.
All righty. Thank you so much. If there is nothing else, do we have a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. See you guys at PWI.